Are you looking for your first government job or maybe your next government job? Either way, you got to know where the job opportunities are. What agencies have the best potential for growth? When you get into a government agency and you start working there, you're open to the internal hire path. That's going to allow you to have opportunities within that agency. A lot of times you're not competing with anyone from the outside, meaning other agencies. So if you're in the Department of Veteran Affairs, you're not competing against people from the Department of Justice. You're not even competing with the public. You're just competing with other people in the Department of Veteran Affairs. So that's internal hire. So the larger an agency is, the more opportunities it has to utilize this path. Okay, the first agency that has the most job openings, job opportunities you can apply to and also move up in is the Department of Veteran Affairs. Now, the VA is not the largest federal agency. That actually goes to the Department of Defense, but right now there's more job openings in the VA. This agency has seen a lot of attrition. A lot of people have quit, especially during the pandemic time, because we have medical professionals that were stressed out, that were overworked, that were burnt out, and they left. But the VA is not just medical folks. There's a lot of administrative positions. There's a lot of IT professionals, analytical positions. There's a lot of opportunities in there. And with the VA, you have to think about veterans, right? Veterans are all over the country. And the VA is also all over the country. So no matter what state you're in, there's probably multiple VA facilities that you could potentially work at. And when it comes to politics, when it comes to Congress, it is harder to politically justify reasons to cut spending with the VA, meaning it's a more protected and insulated type agency compared to, like, let's say the EPA. You know, if Republicans get in office, the EPA is on the cutting block. It's looking at cuts. But with the VA, it doesn't matter, Democrat, Republican, the VA is pretty much going to be protected. Next is the Department of Defense. And there's over 10,000 jobs that are open, not just across the country, but across the world in the DoD. And this includes Department of Army, Department of Air Force, and the Department of Navy. So if you ever wanted to work in Italy, if you ever wanted to travel and go work in Japan, maybe Germany, there are positions there in the DoD. And it's not just security, it's pretty much every position that you can think of. Human resources, the 1700 job series, which is instructor, trainer, curriculum design. Those type of jobs exist overseas in a lot of different countries. You can get there in the DoD. A lot of military veterans are attracted to the DoD because they speak the same language. It's the same type of acronyms, so they don't feel like they're that far removed from active duty. And I mean, this could cause some problems, as you can imagine, for a civilian entering. They don't know the acronyms. This is one of the reasons why I kind of avoided the DoD. When I was retiring from the Army, I didn't want to be immersed in that military culture any longer. I wanted to actually feel like a true civilian, so I didn't consider DoD type jobs. But another good thing, just like the VA, with the DoD, it is somewhat politically insulated, where not many politicians want to seem weak on national defense. And also, a lot of defense contractors are funding political campaigns, so you will not see drastic cuts into the DoD. Next is Health and Human Services. This is not even in the top 5 largest agencies, but they're doing a lot of hiring. There's about 1,400 jobs open right now. A lot of medical positions. Most of these jobs are in the 0600 job series, but they also are looking for other professionals as well. And on top of that, this is actually ranked number 2 when it comes to the best large federal agencies to work in. Only NASA beats this out. And HHS has come out and said they want to support the SSR, the special salary rate, when it comes to 2210 positions. So if you're an IT professional, HHS wants to give you more money. They want to increase your salary. So if you're in IT, this is a good one to look into. Next is the Department of Treasury. They're adding a lot of jobs. And the main reason for this is the IRS falls underneath the Department of Treasury. IRS was given billions of dollars. They're looking to expand. They actually have a lot of job listings available right now. They're hiring by the hundreds. And it's not just the special agents or the revenue officers. It's not just them. There's a lot of 0300 positions, a lot of admin positions out there. Okay, so we have to talk about a part of the government that's not on USA Jobs at all. And that is the US Postal Service. So wherever you live, there's probably a post office nearby. And if you want to apply for these type of positions, you can apply not on USAJobs.gov. You have to go to USPS.gov. Create a whole nother account. You can start searching, upload your resume, apply to those positions. It could be a way to get into the government. A lot of people might not consider this path, and it is under the accepted service, but this could be a way to gain some experience, make yourself a little bit more marketable to get other type of jobs, especially if you're in a rural area where there's not too much economic activity going on. And another thing you should be aware of is in the post office, they don't have the GS scale. It's a whole different type of pay scale, but they do provide some good benefits. All right, so if you're ready to start applying to some of these government jobs, you might want to know, what is it like to be a government employee? What's a typical day like? What do they like? What do they dislike? If you want to know that type of information, I want you to watch this video next. If you would like to see more videos like this, please click like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.